how are you doing today? For a truly mindful spirit, join us in this episode, where we delve into life's profound questions through insightful discussions. A rose for you, a rose for me, and a rose for those who still have their mothers, to fill their hearts with joy. The 7th lunar month marks the season of Vu Lan, the Filial Piety festival, originating from the story of the Venerable Mahamoggallana, one of Sakyamuni Buddha's 2 most revered disciples, saving his mother from the hungry ghost realm. The first time I learned about this festival was when I saw my mother pin a white rose to her chest. That was also the first time I realized that roses weren't just pink. The child I was then was puzzled, seeing everyone around them with a different colored flower, unable to find any pattern. It wasn't divided by age, gender, or wealth. At that moment, I thought that without a mother, without a father, without a family, a person, no matter how much wealth or money they possessed, would be meaningless. During that sacred Vu Lan ceremony, anyone who still has their parents will wear a vibrant red rose pinned to their lapel. It's a poignant reminder that they are still fortunate to have their parents' presence in this world, still have a vast sky of boundless love to feel happiness. A father is like the sunshine, a mother is like the moonlight. Those who have lost either their father or mother will gently pin a pale pink rose to their chest, and those who have lost both parents will wear a sorrowful white flower. The white rose also serves as a reminder for people to live good and meaningful lives so that the departed can feel their souls at peace and serene, free from earthly attachments. I didn't cry when I pinned the white flower, because in that flower, I saw my parents smiling. The images you see below are from an event I conceptualized and organized for children, borrowing the imagery of the rose pinning ceremony during Vu Lan. This is one of my favorite events. All the flowers were a vibrant red, with green leaves and sparkling pins. Although the program was more for entertainment and fun, and the children participating were too young to truly understand the profound meaning of these petals, I believe the mothers who attended with their children felt a certain emotional touch. And so did I the moment the children innocently sang the song, Mother's Dream, together. My heart felt an indescribable surge of emotion. I saw in that scene, whether teacher or student, whether student or parent at that moment, everyone was simply a child, and every child has a mother and a father, whether they once did or still do. The other day I happened to stumble upon a video of this guy, Nam, eating in his kitchen. The video description said, "So Mom is really gone now?" In my mind, I kept thinking Mom was just somewhere else, not back yet. I thought the pain had subsided until I looked at the corner of the room where Mom used to sit and fold clothes, the hammock she lay in, the kitchen where Mom and I used to cook together. Everything was there, but Mom was no longer there. Why? Why is life so cruel to me? Indeed, the grief of losing a loved one is a profound pain. Even if you haven't experienced it, just thinking about it sends chills down my spine. On the day I lost my grandfather, I didn't shed a single tear, even though everyone else was crying and mourning. A friend told me, "You didn't love your grandfather, that's why you didn't cry." So, you have to have enough love to cry? Actually, at that time, I still didn't truly understand what death was. Just like that guy Nam in the video, this naive child still thought Grandpa was just somewhere else, not home yet. Later, when I asked my grandmother what death was, she said, "Death is going to a very distant place and never returning." That's when I realized I would never see my grandfather again. But where is that distant place? And after dying, where do people go? Humanity's greatest fear is that when we die, we will become nothing. Many of us believe that our lives begin at birth and end at death. We believe we come from nothing, so when we die, nothing remains, and we worry about becoming nothingness. But if we look deeply, there is no birth and no death, only continual transformation. When we connect with the nature of no birth and no death, we no longer fear death. Thichnhathanh said it this way: when we look at the sky and no longer see the cloud we cherished, we think that cloud has died. But in reality, that cloud continues to exist, but in the form of rain or other forms. Birth and death are merely phenomena we observe on the surface. Nothing that exists ever truly becomes nothing. Everything continues in one form or another. The cloud transforms as rain, and the rain transforms as tea. The tea is the continuation of the rain is the continuation of the cloud, and the cloud is the continuation of the sun's heat and the water from ponds, lakes, rivers, and seas. There is always this continuation, and that is called interbeing. It's the same when we lose a loved one. When the conditions are no longer complete, they transform. When my mother passed away, I was in immense pain. When we are only 7 or 8 years old, we never think there will come a day we lose our mother. But the truth is, as we grow older, everyone will lose their mother. When my mother passed, I wrote in my diary, "The greatest tragedy of my life has occurred." I suffered for over a year after my mother's death. But then one night, while sleeping in a small hut in the highlands of Vietnam, I dreamed of my mother. I sat playing by her side and we talked happily. My mother looked young and beautiful, her hair flowing down her back. It was such a joy to talk to her as if she were alive. I woke up at 2 a.m. and I had the vivid feeling that I had never lost my mother. The sense that Mom was still profoundly present within me was very clear. I understood that the idea of losing Mom was just an idea. Clearly, at that moment, I felt Mom was always alive within me. I opened the door and went outside. The entire hillside was bathed in moonlight. My mother was the moonlight caressing me, just as she used to, so gently and lovingly. It was truly magical. Every time my feet touched the ground, I knew my mother was still with me. I knew this body was not solely mine, but a continuation of my mother, my father, my grandparents, great-grandparents, and ancestors. In Thichnhathang's calligraphy, we often see him draw a circle around the words. He said that when he draws a circle, he feels his loved ones, friends, and ancestors are all there with him. Therefore, the circle symbolizes non-self. We all exist within each other. There is no separate self. In Japan, there is also a concept called Enso, or the Zen circle. Enso symbolizes awakening, enlightenment, and the universe. When I begin to draw a circle, I breathe in and draw half the circle, then I breathe out and draw the other half. Throughout the time I draw the circle, I am also conscious that in this hand of mine, there is the hand of my father, my mother, my grandparents, and my ancestors. It turns out everyone is still here, right beside me. When we lose someone we love, we are undoubtedly in pain. Life's greatest fear is the day we no longer see the presence of those we cherish. But if you know how to look deeply, you have the opportunity to realize that the true nature of that person is unborn and undying. Pay attention to every leaf, every flower, every bird, and every tiny dewdrop. If you can stop and look deeply, you can recognize your loved ones in different manifestations and in various forms, and you will cherish life more. After death, where do people go? They go into the hearts of those who are living. Everyone in this world is a child. So, whether one still has parents or has lost them, every child at this moment offers profound gratitude to their parents, and each person vows to live wholeheartedly, fulfilling their duties as children. My passion, my desire to grow and make a lasting impact, despite giving up so much, has always been supported by my mother. I also want to dedicate this episode to my father. I love my father beyond measure. His daughter used to sing a signature song, My Joy. The other day, my father happened to hear this song again online and turned to my mother, saying, "Listening to this song suddenly makes me miss our daughter." My mother called to tell me this, and at that moment, I had to pretend to put the phone down and looked away, afraid my parents would see me cry. I am grateful for this life, for giving me so much strength, and I believe I can continue to share that strength with all of you. And then, all children will steadily embark on the next journey of their lives, and if there is a next life, I still want to be your child, mom, and dad. A rose for you, and a rose for those who still have their mothers, to fill their hearts with joy. What if someday my gentle mother passes away, like a rose whose sunlight has died, its poetic charm gone, no more smiles? How can I grow up without her, like a sky without its moon? How can I love you then?